You're fired. You're fired. You're fired. You're fired. So we're very happy about that. You're fired. 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 It's interesting, isn't it? That's all I'm gonna say.
I got 4 mics. Y'all can start blasting off whenever y'all ready. I gotta really go somewhere right now, but I'm just lying. I don't have nowhere to go. I'm trying not to laugh right now. So y'all know what it is, man.
Bro. To everybody here on the panel, please sing along if you know the words. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. His ass got Goodbye. Thank you. That's all I wanted to say, bro. Get the mics, fellas.
Oh man, what a beautiful day! What a beautiful week! What was that last week? They got CMA approval this week. He bent the knee again and he left. He's like, "Fuck this!" Excuse my language. It's like, "Forget this. I can't take it no more." Yeah, that's Jim Ryan. He failed. He trashed the whole entire gaming community with his practices and had enough and left. I'm speechless right now. He let down everybody. And what is this? If we come correct, from 2006, we had another boss. 2014, we had another boss. So they went through about like 5, 6, 7 CEOs, and it's still failing. And Phil picked up from
Speak on it. Good point.
They're still failing. Like 17 CEOs in 5 years, man. I've never heard of that.
Place is a revolving door.
Phil took the spot 2014. He got on that horse and he's still riding it, and he's making it even better and better and better.
Speak on it.
And that's all there is to it. It's Xbox has won this whole entire generation and moving on forward. Welcome home, ABK. Looking forward to seeing all your titles on Game Pass soon. And yeah, it's just a great time to buy an Xbox. Just buy an Xbox. Don't sit there and clout. Don't sit there and console war. It's over with. I love your picture.
It turns out Game Pass is more sustainable than Jim Ryan's job. That's crazy.
Since day one.
Oh, you cold, baby. You cold. And Xbox finally has beaten PlayStation not at its own game, at its own game, right? Xbox didn't play the game that PlayStation and Nintendo was playing. They did their own thing. They blazed their own trail, right? And we've seen the charts now. We see the profits. Who's making more profits between Xbox and PlayStation? It's Xbox in the end. And that's what really matters. When these people want to talk numbers and blah blah blah. Okay, let's talk the numbers that matter above all else. Raw profit. The cake you take home after all is said and done. Xbox is making more. It's done. Now the competition, their leader just quit or was fired.
Quit, bro.
As far as it seems.
Quit or fired. Yep.
Right? Retired, it seems. The real retired. They're putting them out to pasture. All right?
It took them out back.
and then this is just the capper. But if you was to put Xbox in the position that PlayStation has been in since the beginning of this generation, with the weaker system, with a couple of games here and there, but not really doing that, where they're selling systems but not selling games, they would have called for the head of Phil Spencer years ago.
Mm-hmm.
For everything that's happened with PlayStation, if all that had happened to Xbox would have been dead by now.
And this
now that's what's
also
happening with
shows
PlayStation. Slowly.
this also shows the amount of confidence Jim Ryan had in the brand. This sudden departure like this right before the launch of Spider-Man, right before he launches one games as a service from his plan, he just ups and leave and announces he's leaving. It's crazy.
You could totally tell with the bundles that they're doing on buy a TV, get a PlayStation, buy a PlayStation, get God of War, buy a PlayStation.
Big bang takes little
Yeah.
bang.
It's over with. What an embarrassing way to leave. You sit there and you fly to Brussels, try to block a deal, humiliate your own like entire Sony entity.
I don't care about the game. I just don't want the merger to happen.
He don't care about the players. He cares about the payers. That's all he cares about. He inflated everyone's pockets, and now he's gone. He's
PlayStation fans don't like old games.
They got remakes and remasters in the pipeline right now. They're indie
Who
games.
plays back compatible games?
Yo, what a crazy fucking game, man.
Bro, I was like, man, when is he gonna stop it?
We believe in generations.
They will all fail you.
Don't make just as much money with Bungie as you do Activision.
Right.
He bloated right after that Bungie speech. Yeah, it just got more value for less dollars that we paid for it. Now he disappeared.
Hey, Games, you ain't got nothing to say, bro.
Oh yeah, I had something to say. Remember he said that.
Bring it home, Games.
Remember he said that if they both Activision, PlayStation fail. Oh man, something like that. Yeah,
I guess
He
it
said,
really
he said PlayStation will not survive.
Well, he did.
One thing I gotta say.
No, I see the quote. If Xbox requires Activision Blizzard,
Our business will never recover.
PlayStation business will never recover. He ain't wrong.
Wow. Oh wow, man.
He wouldn't lie, no man. I mean, look, they'll be all right.
No, they're not. No, they're not really.
Look, man, they'll be all right. They just won't be number. They just won't be number one, man. That's what I've been saying this whole time.
They're gonna be the.
Hey, if there's room for Nintendo, there's room for PlayStation. They just won't be number one.
Really?
See, your boy went in that investor meeting and butchered it. The boy went in that investor meeting with Fidelity and laid an egg. They'll be all right. They'll be here, man.
Realist. They need Call, dude. I'm gonna tell you why, right? You gotta understand.
You said they need what?
Call of Duty, man. Like you gotta understand. Like Call of Duty paid the bills, dude. I mean, look, the best.
But they're gonna have Call of Duty though.
I know the best selling game.
Not the way they had it.
The best selling game in PlayStation in North America is Call of Duty. The best selling game in Europe is FIFA. Now it's called what? EA Sport FC 24.
Yeah, they got their FIFA heads out there. They play a lot of things out
there.
Yeah, they're huge.
So if they lose he's not wrong though. If they lose Call of Duty, listen, man. Microsoft gave this company so many levers. They give them 3 years, 10 years. Shit, they give them 10 years plus. Put the old card on PlayStation Plus. They didn't want to take it.
I hear the FTC wants to make a comeback.
Yeah, they didn't want to take it. But he's not wrong though. If Call of Duty was if Call of Duty was only on Xbox exclusive, PlayStation would be dead tomorrow.
If the FTC is trying to make a comeback, Sony is in deep shit.
Yo, I wonder how Lita Khan sits there feeling right now, defending the actions in the court of law. And now,
man, the Activision thing is dead, man. We won.
That's it. Yeah, that's done deal. For everybody wondering now, provisionally approved. It's all good to go. They've set their conditionings, and they're gonna let them know if you mess up with this deal going through, there will be a big penalty, $1 billion for the next 10 years of the contracts, 15 years or whatever. Right now, they're setting the fees and penalties right after this. That's it. It's done deal. Congratulations, ABK. Microsoft, 2 years, welcome home. And Starfield is a true masterpiece. If you haven't played it,
Absolutely.
go play it. I just
Now
love that.
then, here
We
is
got Forza coming out. Did you guys hear with that analysis that they did? They have two modes of
Oh,
ray
yes.
tracing at once.
Look out for that powerful SSD.
Yo, where the Ghostbusters at, yo? Yo, where the Ghostbusters at?
For the
Where the
payer,
doomers and gloomers, sick?
not
Where the
the
doomers and
player.
gloomers at?
Yo,
Yeah,
so
they're gone, man.
peep game. Here's what's gonna happen now. Watch out for it. I promise you.
Look at
Watch
Ryan
the press.
McCaffrey already
Watch
damage
the press
controlling.
turn. Right. Watch the press turn. All of a sudden they're gonna be all pro Xbox. All of a sudden.
Ryan McCaffrey said he was a great guy.
Watch
He
it.
was a great guy, man. He said he adopt black people, something like that.
PlayStation dominated under his leadership.
Yeah, dominated.
Mm-hmm.
To the PlayStation fan base.
Okay, hold on.
Final Fantasy 16 as your third party game.
But realist, you gotta understand, right? All these games like Ghost of Tsushima, Horizon, and all these walking stuff, that wasn't Jim Ryan. That was Sean Layton.
Yeah, man, that was a
That was literally Sean Layton. So how you give Jim Ryan all these credit? Jim Ryan didn't agree like these games.
No, they paved
The
the way for Jim
PlayStation
Ryan.
VR2 is Jim Ryan.
Yeah, the PS2 is Jim Ryan. Helldivers 2 is Jim Ryan. The Concord game, the new
We didn't ask for this shit,
Jim
Ryan.
Horizon Kit is on the
Helldiver.
PC. It's announcing that, yo. It's the same thing. All that was under his watch.
No, Jim Ryan didn't have nothing to do with
Oh, get it, Jim Ryan.
Jim Ryan had nothing to do with Horizon. That was literally Sean Layton.
It was the
few-
last CEO that paved the way.
I'm talking about the PC ports.
He just took it.
Yeah, but now you know what? I hate saying it. I thought it was Sean Layton too, because Sean Layton did want to put their games on PC years ago.
Oh, that is true. And I'm not even.
So at the end of the day,
I was trying to give it to Jim Ryan, but holy, you right about that. You are right about that.
Yeah, you could give it to Jim Ryan, but Sean Layton did want to put their games on PC.
He got that ball rolling.
Yeah. Jim Ryan is responsible of Helldivers, Concord, all these games at the service, the new Bluepoint game, and all that
PlayStation is
stuff.
last in profit.
And
look. Games, he knows those games are gonna tank.
Yeah, he knows.
He knows before they launch them.
Yeah, but look, I don't give everybody the mic, but look, so end of the day, doesn't matter who the next CEO. It could be Guapazilla or Jada. Who can be the next CEO? I don't care. Most of these dudes, like the new CEO, they're not going to change their business profit because they need these games as a service. They need.
He said they're going to focus more on mobile.
Yeah. Now, one thing I want to say, the new CEO, right? Will he put their games on PC day and date? Not the single player games. I know the game as a service games will be day and date. So the single player, like, will it be fine to be day and date?
Yeah, I think so.
If that's the end of PlayStation function.
No, I think so.
No, day and date has to happen. They can't keep dropping these games years after.
It already happened. Realist. I'm talking about
after they already been picked apart. The narrative's already been talked about on the internet. You can't keep putting your games out 1 and 2 years later and then expecting to be able to charge full price for them.
Well, then that's the end of PlayStation. Then I think that's it.
But look at Horizon.
People are not leaving console for PC, man.
No,
not like that.
No, it's not that. It's not that. It's just like it's a knock that they even have to exist now because that's what they were saying about Xbox. Then. If they really feel that way.
Like realistic.
We capping. Okay, I'm gonna cap too then.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like that. It's like as bullshit as that was. That's the same thing because that's what they were saying. I'm just bringing point to that. Like I don't really expect that. I'm just like, yo, what the hell? Because this is how they used to hold Xbox accountable. Or
I got a question for the whole entire panel, guys. Did you hear? What was that? The Last of Us for the collectors community. Sony PlayStation took their royalties and they made them pay, and they're not giving. They're telling them to destroy their collectibles and contact Wendy, whoever, for their refunds.
You got robbed, yo.
Sony and the masters of the remasters.
Oh, meanwhile,
I have the remakes.
Yo,
meanwhile, within the community, they're
The
robbing each
Castle
other, yo.
Grayskull.
Yo, J-Rock, that was a crazy video, yo. They robbing each other, yo, for $800.
On Xbox right now,
Crazy.
actions would be out. All of that shit would be out right now, man.
Yeah,
Well,
they
that's because
robbing
Xbox
that.
knows how to make multiplayer games. This is something new for PlayStation.
Yeah, they got
You know, and it's what I've been telling the Xbox community, man. While you got these, which I call them pony bots now, I call them goofy motherfuckers, man. They've been asking for Xbox. They've been calling for Xbox to make these single player games.
Right.
Give me a single player game, you know. But at the same time, giving Sony credit for all these single player games, but not giving Microsoft credit for their multiplayer mastery.
It really is. Before I cut you off, right? How many? When Sony announced Wolverine, right? Oh, where's my superhero game, Microsoft? Where's this? Like nigga, like why do you want a superhero game? I said this again, right?
Hey man, this is the console war, bro.
I said this again, man. I give everybody the mic.
It's just Xbox. It's like the Xbox community don't know how to stand on Xbox though.
No.
See, the ponies will stand on the smallest things that PlayStation does. These dudes were capping about locking controllers. But when you pull them all to the side, oh no, I turn that off, man. I don't like my controller fighting against me. But when they get around each other, they want to sit around and talk about our batteries. We got to use AA's. You know what I'm saying? Like Xbox fans, I don't know about you guys, man. Y'all don't know how to stand on Xbox.
Man, none of that shit phases me. First of all, second of all, batteries. I got a Recharger Pro Elite controller. Everything's working fine for me. I don't know why some of these Xbox fanboys cry too much. Everything that we have is being delivered. What else do you want from Microsoft?
Hey, this Recharger battery for Amazon for $13. But listen,
But listen, than a battery that runs out in less than 4 hours. B, we got a catalog of 4 generations you could go back and forth with and enjoy your time. You could plug a wire in. You got battery problems, plug it into your wire. Enjoy your game.
But listen, majority of these 40 bots, they want Microsoft copy of PlayStation. There's been it doesn't matter what game it is. You could be freaking penciling around it. I don't give a fuck. It be Flight Sim 2024. And all these games.
That's what Ryan McCaffrey wants. He just wants a green PlayStation Pro.
Yeah, they want. If Sony made these third-person over shoulder games realist, these pony bots want that, and that's the problem. Like, so at the end of the day, I hope y'all niggas support Hellblade next year. If y'all ain't supporting that, you guys are frauds because you asked for that game. Microsoft, okay, fine. We're gonna give you these third-person over-the-shoulder games. That's basically what it is. Like Microsoft don't make these single-player games. If you're an OG Xbox fan since the OG Xbox, Microsoft barely makes single-player games. Why did Microsoft build up for years?
We started with
multiplayer. I remember playing Crimson Skies High Road to Revenge, the flying game on Xbox Live. I remember playing Halo 2. PlayStation to this day still don't understand how the multiplayer works. Same with Nintendo. Same with all these Japanese companies. They don't know how to make good multiplayer games. Look at Babylon Fall. That game dead. Right? Shout out to the nigga who playing it. One person. So that's why, and that's why, Sony is in this deep hole, man. So these pony bots, man, hey, look, man, you want some Microsoft copy of what Sony do? I hope y'all niggas support Hellblade next year. Because if you don't support Hellblade next year,
let me tell you something, games. That man Jim Ryan said we're gonna let the games do the talking and bounced before even showing a roadmap for these games. So let me ask you, what does PlayStation roadmap looking like now that Jim Ryan is gone?
So they got Helldivers too. Nobody playing that shit. We'll see. You have Concord. I don't know what the hell that is. They say it's coming out next year. That PlayStation showcase was so terrible. They show like a trailer of Concord. We don't know is a first-person shooter, third-person shooter. We don't know what the hell that was. All right, nobody knows. All right, and these like, how the hell they get, man? Look, man, I don't know, man.
They bombed
Like,
it. Bro. They bombed it. They pushed everything that they
listen,
have. They had
Google Concord right now on YouTube. They had a freaking 52 seconds of a game that absolutely nobody know what the hell the game is. Nobody knows. And it's coming out next year. It's a live service game made by Fire Sprite.
PSVR game.
No, it's a triple A. Yeah.
PvP shooter. Okay, I see that.
Then they got Marathon. Nobody playing that shit.
Marathon is multi-plat.
All right.
Yeah, it's just all their games. They're
Foam stars.
they don't have actual games. They got Naughty Dog. What happened to what's that?
Oh no. They have another game coming out.
Yo,
I don't
under Jim Ryan, PlayStation failed to introduce a single new IP.
Yeah.
Returnal?
Yo, I got a question.
Returnal wasn't this.
Yo, I got a serious question. Yo. And I don't mean this unironically, and don't jump on this one because it's a two-parter, all right? What the F happened to PlayStation these past 5 years? It's like they sat on their hands and just farted on them. And then said, here, smell. Isn't it wonderful? Like, they did nothing. Literally nothing for 5 years.
Just to come
Look at all the questions you asked. Look at all the questions you asked. Where's this? Where's that? Where's this? Where's that? What the hell is this? How come they're doing this? Why is this so expensive? Why are they raising the prices? Where is this? Where's the plan? What's next? Why does this look the same? Why is this so expensive? Why is Xbox kicking our ass? Why does Xbox have Starfield and now they're about to have all the ABK? Meanwhile, our boss is crying to the world and making us look sus. Why is all these questions? It's like,
you know what the sad part about all that is, Six Slayer?
What a beautiful
Yo,
Christmas.
this wasn't a competition. They just didn't do it. It's like they just ran out. They fell on their face and they face down in the mud this whole time doing nothing. I don't even get it.
Right, baby steps. Game of the year. You want to know what's sad? Sony had the deal first, man. We come to find out, everybody, that Sony had the ABK deal in the palm of their hands. But guess what happened, people? I'll be damned. Guess what happened?
Big Bang.
Big Bang takes Little Bang.
PlayStation has no games. They have third party. It's just going to be a third party exclusive streaming media machine. Enjoy it. Yeah, enjoy.
Big Bang takes Little Bang.
The way that they redeemed themselves on Xbox, I'm very proud of them. They started out like, okay, so you don't want to let us have this game being played on. Okay,
not even Project Wingman is gonna make me buy a PS5 now. I said that earlier. Now that's right out the fucking window. You fucked that all up, Sony. Holy shit! Right?
I was on Facebook, shit, and the news popped up about Jim Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
So I was scrolling around, some dude that he had bought everything from PlayStation 5. I mean, he had every accessory there was, selling it.
Oh, shit.
Oh, yeah, $750. Everything had to go. Everything had to go, man. I posted it on Twitter, man. It was hilarious to me, man.
It's going to be a nasty Christmas for Sony, man. It's going to be really bad. They're going to be in the deficit in the holidays, man. They better come out with a Hail Mary.
What they got, man?
Hey, where are the doomers and gloomers, man?
They got
Spider-Man 2, Metacritic, 85.
Where are the doomers and gloomers? The same ones that were out here when Bonnie Ross left. I want those same people out here.
Jimmy got Bonnied, man. They're like, yo, you got.
Where they at?
They left, man. That's
yo,
it.
Chit Chat, where they at, man? Where
real talk, yo, he got Bonnie Ross.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Where them doomers and gloomers at right now?
Office, they're like konnichiwa. They're like, yeah, what's going on? Okay,
konnichiwa, bitches.
We got here. Have some miso soup. He sat down like Jimmy Carter. What said any?
Yeah, he went
I
over to
couldn't
the
take it
he
no
went
more
he went over to the
between
Japanese HQ
America
and
and
they were like,
Europe. It was too much for me.
They took him to
yeah,
the Temple
you
of
heard
Monk.
legal. They send Jim Ryan a text talking about I hope you know Chinese. You go to work at Tencent.
Right.
That's hard, guys. Man, for a guy to sit there and blow steam 2 days before with his Bungie acquisition antics, and then it looks like he used that to be like, "Hey, PlayStation, y'all doing good, but in the back, I'm out of here." And then 2 days later, he's like, "Yeah, I'm out of here." And
All right, Spartan. You know what, man? All right, realist. All right, I'm gonna stop playing around with him. Di-RRec Gaming is starting right now. Game
Shit,
I'm about to
here
hurt
we
some feelings,
go.
man. It's time
Let's
to
go.
hurt some feelings. All right.
Hit it, baby.
I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and take all the air out the room. Listen, all these fake year in, year out gaming celebrities, so-called influence, so-called gaming journalists, they all failed you. All these failed YouTubers around the world hating on Xbox, they all failed you, right? Because none of them was able to admit to y'all one thing. Doesn't look like PlayStation's gonna sell 70 million consoles in March. All right. They've already bowed down to this because PlayStation 5 is right around 40 million. It's hitting right around 40 million. And so they didn't make enough. They're not making enough. They're not selling enough. This thing, the games are not selling now. Nobody, I think people are waking up that these games are lackluster. They're not real full Gen 9 games. These games are on old engines, and no matter how many times because you notice how PlayStation is presenting their games. They're presenting them in trailer form. They're presenting them in CGI form. They're not really presenting these games in real gameplay forms. Look at Microsoft. Microsoft ain't scared. Look at Nintendo. I mean, Nintendo ain't scared to show you that they're underpowered. Xbox out here showing you Forza Motorsport. You don't have to wonder what the game looks like. You've seen it. But when PlayStation show their games, you've seen a bunch of CGI sequence or trailers or something because they know that when you finally get that game after they done fooled you, you're going to realize that this game looks outdated. This game doesn't look fully optimized for next gen. It's going to be running on old engines. No matter, there isn't a miracle on earth that can make that game look next gen. I don't care what. Look, even the articles right now for Spider-Man. Oh, the game is going to look incredible. The power of the SSD. I mean, it's just stupid at this point, man. They're not really fooling nobody. These consoles aren't selling. You know, they're not. It's hard times out here. Sony knows they want to rob their fan base again. They just can't. So they lost Call of Duty. The money's not coming in, y'all. And listen, that's just one fun fact. The second other fun fact that I want to take all the air out of the room with donkeys is that, listen, man, the industry is getting more expensive, all right? And unless you got a big bank, you're not going to be able to make these games in a quarterly fashion, all right? So what's going on with y'all right now, waiting around for video games to come out? That's your future. I'm sorry to tell you, but that's your future because games are becoming more expensive. David Jaffe tried to tell y'all this about a year and a half ago. Y'all laughed at that man like he ain't worked. Like he literally hasn't worked in the industry or created games. Y'all rather go listen to people who ain't never made a game in their life, Tickle Me Elmo articles, or these Tickle Me Elmo YouTubers, because you guys just invest too much in your feelings over this stuff. Y'all straight up weirdos, man. It's kind of weird. You know, y'all on some other shit. We don't know what y'all on, but y'all on some other shit when it comes to video games. And so the truth just has to be told to y'all right front face forward. I mean, I'm not even playing around with y'all, man. Listen, I try to tell y'all 250 mil to 350. Sony's good with that, all right? But you got to look at it. When you really look at why Call of Duty was so significant for them, do the math. If you're getting at least 130 to 180 mil a year off of Call of Duty, right? And it's taking you at least 5 years to get these games out, 5 to 6 years to get these games out. Well, then Call of Duty is paying for it. It's paying for it. This is why what they were doing, y'all. They was halving the money up. They were slicing it up. Okay, 6 months, throw it into Guerrilla. Another 6 months, give it to God of War. Another 6 months, give it to Gran Turismo. Because when we get all these games done, we're gonna make it seem like we have this big library when we really don't. Why you think they were delaying games, y'all? Just think for a minute. Just think for a minute. Why do you think all 3 of those games kept getting delayed? The money. The money aspect. They had to shell the money around. They had to spread that wealth around. Call of Duty was so significant for the PlayStation brand, they did not have all the money to fund all 3 games at once. So Call of Duty was funding their first-party games. This is facts. This is documented. So now that you got Call of Duty cut off, where's the money coming in at? You guys for years been telling us about, you've been lying about your exclusives. I've been saying that from day one. None of y'all fooling with the exclusive talk. All right, no same sync, different rents. Games are gonna fool nobody over here, bro. Like, your games are too much of the same template. There's no inside outside job on these games. It's like, I wouldn't say copy and paste, but damn, man, come on, y'all. Step your game up. You guys, games are boring, man. Your games are boring. So now it's down to just the shields. You know, the zealots. No matter what Sony does, their games are going to be great. You're down to that. And when you're down to that, that's not enough. That fan base isn't enough, right? Because that fan base is going to ride or die with you. That's that unwavering support that Jim Ryan talks about. That's them. Just like right now, man, Sony got hacked, right? They got breached, right? These donkeys want to get. These donkeys literally
Starfield.
These donkeys literally want to get on Twitter and act like that ain't happening. Your system got breached, dummies. You ain't fooling me coming up on Twitter acting like that ain't happened. Those hackers told you got one more day. You see how they got Jim Ryan out of here, bro? They got Jim Ryan out of here. They told him one more day. Jim Ryan's gone. Y'all think it's a coincidence?
Nope.
No, that's not a coincidence. They fired Jim Ryan. You guys can sit around here and put your money on a platform that tells you leave your front door unlocked all you want to. I don't care. You can go and support a company that tells you leave your cars leave the keys in your car and leave your doors unlocked. I don't care. But you can't make me believe that makes any sense in real time. And then when something happens, y'all dumbfounded. For the sake of gaming, there's not a game on PlayStation, bro, that's worth my personal information to be compromised. That's just dumb shit. That's when it just becomes dumb shit. There ain't enough fake ass influencers or these gaming journalists that jump the fence back and forth for me to shell my money out on a platform that doesn't even care about my safety. Come on, man. There ain't enough. There's not enough popularity in the console for me to ride on that, man. It just isn't. This is video games. Now it's just like, listen, I tried to tell y'all, man, y'all just hard-headed out here. Now y'all in a tough spot. Look, man, you think the next head for Sony PlayStation is gonna be playing games? Nah, man, your games are going to PC. Get ready, buckle up. They got to get some money. And I'm just gonna let you know right now, the PC community ain't gonna save y'all. Y'all in some dog shit trouble. Because ain't nothing y'all doing is working. That handheld's trash. Your movie, trash. Your console, poor engineered. Your game's old engines. It's sad out here. You got a game, Spider-Man, right? That's a current gen exclusive only, but it's using a damn old gen engine. It's using a 2014 engine, J-Rock. You can't make this up, realist. Can't make this up, Sid. But they want to speak life in you, telling you it's a PlayStation 5 only exclusive. It ain't coming to the PlayStation 4. Like Spider-Man is going to make those PlayStation 4 fans say, I'm turning my shit in. I'm going to buy me a PlayStation 5. Well, I'm just going to let y'all know what's not going to happen. That shit ain't finna happen. Hell divers, not gonna happen.
That shit dead on arrival.
Dead on arrival. Concord, dead on arrival. Because I told Sony, right? On Twitter, Sony, unless you created these babies, you did this. Along with the gaming outlets. Y'all did this, right? Y'all just didn't understand the severity of their stupidity. You didn't realize that these donkeys were this dumb. But now you feeling it because every time, see what y'all are doing, donkeys, y'all are killing the creativity of Sony. You won't allow Sony to make a game outside of the formula, outside of the template. Because every time they do, y'all kill the game off. So Sony
Destruction All Stars, Resistance,
look what happened to that.
Q-Zone, Warhawk, Little Bit
You can
Pretty,
name them all, right?
Twisted Metal,
right?
Listen, man.
Wow,
it's a sea of games that are just gone.
Because
unless it's a look, what's his name? Xbox Andy Pants, right? And is that his name? Xbox Andy Pants, right?
Yeah.
That guy did a video that was so beautiful, man. I don't know if anybody could do another video as great as he did, right? Where he literally gave you the book of PlayStation off that video. Those daddy daycare games, bro. Perfect description. You can't listen, man. The Last of Us, right? Joel is the daddy. Aloy and her daddy. Death Stranded, the baby and the daddy. The God of War, son and father, father and son, daddy and son. Spider-Man. You remember, you want to know something? What was the first thing that those donkeys cried out when they realized that the symbiote wasn't going to be Eddie Brock? What's the first thing they said? Oh, it's Uncle Ben. It's Uncle Ben. And I'm thinking, man, Uncle Ben is dead, bro. The symbiote is great. They don't perform miracles. He's dead. Oh, well, legal. It's the multiverse. So I guess we're using the multiverse for excuses to make dumb shit ass stories just because of the multiverse. We're going to make stories that don't make no sense now. You see how they want a daddy? They want a daddy in every damn game they make. That's the problem. Soon as it's not a game like that, it don't work. It don't work, man. You know, they've been hyping up Ratchet and Clank. The truth finally came out about Ratchet and Clank. They ain't never cared about that damn game, man. Look your history up. These games, they're so invested in talking down the Xbox community that they're not taking care of their own community. And that's just the truth. So it's no wonder that Sony needs the gaming outlets. It was somebody that told me, man, long time ago that it wasn't the PlayStation fans that helped the PlayStation 4 succeed. It was the gaming industry. Not the gaming, the gaming media outlets. They made that. They sold that console, man. They lied to millions of people about that damn console, bro. They lied. You know, and every little hiccup that Microsoft would do with Xbox, they would expose it. They would put it on a magnifying glass. But they don't ever do that for PlayStation. We're not talking out our ass, man. It is what it is. And if you parade and have your pom-poms for a company like that, as a gamer, it says something about you. Because I don't give a damn about if you think that there's something wrong with me because I like my Xbox and I stand tall on my Xbox. I don't need all these damn consoles. It's a headache out here. The Xbox is convenient for me. I don't need all that shit. And I definitely don't need to be validated by y'all half-ass gamers. So I'm good. I mean, I don't understand all this. I own everything. You're not playing all these games. I don't give a damn that you own all these things. I don't care. Find your position, get in your lane, and play and have fun. That's it. If you're getting Mario Wonder, get Mario Wonder and shut the hell up and go play it. Turn your Switch on and play Mario. Right? We playing Starfield though. We're in 2023. This is the era of next generation. This is the era of being glad, being proud of being gamers who are pushing the damn generations forward. And you talking about a fucking Switch. A damn Switch, man. Like seriously? Like we all love Mario. We was here from the beginning. But really? That's what you want me to talk about in 2023? Is Mario Brothers? Where's your pipeline at? Me and Games we still ain't got an answer for that. What's the pipeline? Don't tell us no games y'all didn't ask for. Where's Wolverine? What's Wolverine gonna do for you? Wolverine ain't gonna save y'all. Look, man, I don't want to say it's over for you clowns, but it's over for you clowns. I told you.
That's what I thought you were going to say.
Good 25 to 20-something year run. That's as good as any company can do. And Sony is not above that fact. The baton gets passed to somebody. We've seen it already. You know, it went from Sony, then it went from Apple, then it went to Samsung. And then it came to Microsoft. That's how it goes. That's how it's going. That's how it's going. It's up to Microsoft now on how long they're going to run this show. But the ball is in their court. It's over there. And y'all just going to have to get used to it. There's no line of defense, right, that y'all can put up that's going to stop this rain from happening. Metacritic ain't going to save y'all. You can get up on here right now, right? Go to Metacritic and review bomb Forza Motorsport. Watch what happens. Watch what happens to Forza Motorsport. Because, see, Game Pass is Metacritic's kryptonite. Metacritic can't destroy Game Pass. See, because Game Pass makes Metacritic irrelevant. Because when there's a game in Game Pass, you know what a gamer says? Here's what a gamer says.
I try it for myself. Right.
That's it. There you go. You think I care? J-Rock, do you think I care about what another gamer opinion has for a video game?
Oh, hell no.
Thank you, Games. And Games, do you review games? Yes
yeah.
or no?
Yeah, sometimes.
And Games is my dude. I don't even go around telling Game Shares, what do you think? What do you think?
No.
Game Shares
listen, man, play the game. Play the game.
Yup.
Right? That's form your own opinion. But the reason I use Metacritic on Twitter, because they always talk down about Xbox games are trash. So, okay, I'm going to use Metacritic. But end of the day, I don't use Metacritic in my personal time because Metacritic doesn't dictate what the quality of a game is. All of these dudes like IGN, GameSpot, Polygon, Kanako, all of these people are just their opinion. All right? So, like, that's it.
Biased opinion at that.
But like, okay, I'm gonna ask you a question. Are you gonna give? Are you gonna take Dreamcast guy opinion about video games? No, I don't watch that dude. Like,
right.
Like nobody watch. I don't watch that dude. I don't listen, man.
That man don't even know the difference between weed and meth.
Right.
It's like okay. It's like
damn.
It's like Jay-Z said back in the days, right? You know, he doesn't care about reviewers because it makes no sense. His album came out today and there's a review less than 2 hours. Like, it makes no sense. And Jay-Z said it. So nobody, like, Metacritic, listen, I understand how the industry works, right? Some publishers like Sony, they live and die by Metacritic. Look at Days Gone. I got to get a 71 on Metacritic. Some people say it was good. That shit was mid. I don't care what people say. But what happened? They didn't get a sequel. So they had to get a 90 plus on Metacritic to make a sequel.
Game Shows is speaking facts.
I remember even Bethesda did that shit years ago. Bethesda did that shit years ago was Obsidian, right? See, Obsidian made what? New Vegas. And Bethesda said if that game get an 85 and up, we give you a bonus.
Games, I got you right
now. He got an 85. He got 83.
Games, I got you
it was like 1 point.
Look at Gran Turismo 7, Games.
Oh, yeah.
Does anybody believe that Gran Turismo 7 is an 87?
No.
There you go.
Not even no. They know.
Thank you. We all know why they gave it an 87, man. We all know why.
But see, you got like in the movie industry, they don't care about Metacritic. And I understand, and Rotten Tomatoes, like do you think Rotten Tomatoes dictates the quality of a movie? No. That's people opinion. One of my favorite movies of all time, not of all time, but it's a great ass movie, The Joker.
I thought you were gonna say Bambi. My bad.
No. Yeah. No, I said The Joker, right?
Yeah.
That shit got a 69 on a Rotten
Oh yeah, that's
Tomatoes.
right. And it blew up. That's
Dude, but remember, before the critics came in, right? They had a screen in Italy. The
That's
Joker
right.
had like a 97.
No, that's right.
And then next minute, this shit went down to 69, over 600 reviews.
And
but
they were hating on New York. And they were hating on the fact that it was I was like,
but I watched the movie. I said to myself, this movie's a masterpiece.
Yeah.
But how in the world he got a 69%?
That's true. And it blew up, became one of the #1 movies. You're right.
Yeah, it's one of the best superhero movies of all time. Or it's not really a superhero, but it's a really good movie. So you
gonna say something?
No, go ahead, Slick.
No, I thought he was gonna say something. I'm with you guys. No.
Yeah,
he's right. You know,
I'm just saying, man. I don't take these reviews. Look at the Super Mario Brothers movie, right? It got a 55. Nigga, that thing has $3 billion.
No. Look, you know, look.
It makes $3 billion, legal. You think Nintendo give a crap about Rotten Tomatoes?
Right.
And Metacritic? Like, this is nigga, we're rich. Like,
right.
Yo, speak on it.
Shit.
Bro. That's what it is. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, y'all, we gotta get to
fat. I'm mad. Shoot.
Right. We just got to get to the point where we understand that it's all opinionated and we can't take it.
It is opinionated.
Shout out to Gun Griffin, man. Welcome in, man. We ain't seen you, so welcome on in, man. I hope you're having a good time, bro.
It is opinionated. Legal.
It's all opinionated, man. You know, we use Metacritic, we joke and laugh and jab, but we have to understand when we say, okay, that's going too far. Because let me be honest, man. Look, I've never in my life felt like I need to go review bomb any game, realist. I just, what's the point of me going to review bomb a game? I just don't get it, man. I don't understand that. Listen, I don't have to like Sony, right? To hate the fact that it puts out games and I don't have an understanding that, hey, listen, whatever the gamers say, you know, about this game, it's not going to matter. What's going to matter is the ones who go on out here and buy the game and play it. If they buy the game, that's all. That's the most important thing. But I don't get it into my heart where I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go online, create an account, and I'm going to review bomb a Sony game.
It's not that serious. A whole bunch of accounts.
Yeah.
So that's boss man.
Yeah, that's boss man. I can't. I'm just not. It's not that serious to me, Fireboss. I get a kick out of just coming up to the line, right? I go as far as the line. You know, I make a jab, I make jokes, you know. If they game didn't sell, I'm laughing about it. But look, at the end of the day, man, I'm not saying, hey, I wish Sony dies out, or, you know, I'm praying that this game don't sell, or oh man, you garbage because you got a PlayStation. That's nonsense. Look, get what you want, you know what I'm saying? Just because I may not like it, I have the right to not like it. But to literally go out, that's being a hater, bro. Like, that's being a hater. Like, if a person don't like the game, who gives two shits if you don't like the game? But I'm not going online to review bomb somebody's work. I don't have to do that. Let the community decide its fate. You don't have to add to it. And when we're doing it like that, man, the numbers look better. When you're true to this game, the numbers will look better. But the reason why things look so goofy out here is because you got all these dumbass donkeys out here, man, want to review bomb shit. It looks stupid.
Yes, your thing is this whole situation, as I told you before, legal, is they just exposed everything. They exposed Metacritic. They exposed the falsehoods of the Game Awards. They exposed everything. Everything they've been doing, they backfired. It shot right back in their face. Just so you know how Bugs Bunny would stick his fingers in Elmer Fudd's rifle. That's exactly what happened to him.
You know what,
and they don't realize what they're doing.
Fireboss, they all that hating made us right. All these years, man, we were speaking on this. You know, you know what, man? Some of these clowns out here crack me up, man. We been talking like this. We been bringing it up, man. We bring it up. We call names out. We do this. But we get criticized, realist, when we do. We get criticized when we call names out. But yet, when things are obvious, these dudes are crickets. They'll wait for the fire to go down, and then they want to come out and start talking. But even when you started talking, you still ain't named no names. My man Forrest is a legend from the West Side. I know who my man is. My man Washington in the building. My brother from another mother. What's good? On God, we bleed green. Salute Xbox gang all day long, baby. It's Xbox gang all day long, baby. You know how we do. Hey, and that is a Forza legend, bro. That boy be on that Forza hard. I know you can't wait for Forza Motorsport, bro. I know you can't. Thanks for the donation, man. Oracular fan 4695. Oh yeah, you said my man Eftenar. I always get my man F. I get his name wrong, but he's Eftenar here, bro. Xbox doesn't have to win worldwide sales, but if they win North America, then it's over. Xbox wins their second generation. That's facts. That's fact. And you want to know what's crazy? Oracular, they don't want to admit that the 360. What Oracular, man? Come on,
man. It's like an Fedner. You know.
Yeah, my boy. Yeah, you the only one that can say. Yeah, what is it? Fetnar. Yep. I know he's laughing at Mid-Guardian Viking Warlord, man. Come on. I got him. I'm holding my boy down. Yo, you want to know what's crazy, Oracular? They don't want to give Xbox credit for nothing, fam. That's the thing. They make all these narratives for Xbox, but we know what's up. Look right now, look. Who's last place? See, I kept telling people this. The myth is that Xbox is last place. I knew Xbox was never last place. Xbox has never been last place since the OG Xbox, but you don't count that because that's when it's up and coming. Nobody counts the up and coming era. You always count the second generation and on. So since the Xbox 360, Xbox has always been number 2 globally. Globally. These are facts. I proved it. I could prove it on Twitter again. I got the stats. It's all there. But what was crazy, AfterBuzz, what's good, baby? What's crazy is that we come to find out that PlayStation is last in profits. This is why the gaming media outlet never talks about profit. They always talk about revenue. And what did I tell y'all about revenue? Revenue is cool. Don't get me wrong. Because it shows what you bring in, right? So, like I was explaining, you got a big warehouse, 6-layer. We're going to 6-layer warehouse, right? In Pennsylvania. 6-layer says, yo, legal, I got all these bundles, man. From Grand Theft Auto 3, I got all these packages. I'm like, sick, that's illegal. Don't worry about that, legal, I'm good. Right? My whole damn warehouse is full of all these packages from Grand Theft Auto 3. But he ain't selling any of it. 6-layer, what good is it for you to have a warehouse with all the bundles from Grand Theft Auto 3 and then not moving out of your warehouse? That's right. He bought a lot of stuff, which is good. But if he can't get it out, that's not good. So when you see them talking about revenue, that's not negative. But now that we found out that PlayStation is last in profit, bro, that's crazy as hell. You're the number 1 gaming brand in the market, but you last in profit. That's garbage. That's dog shit.
That's because they don't sell their own products, man.
Facts.
If you're selling, then we know now that Activision gives 20%.
Facts.
And I think you said a few million, man. They make over $1 billion per year from that one game.
Facts.
And that's off, and that's off. It's over $1 billion.
Yeah,
and that's off, and that's off 20% split.
Right.
See, right. Sony, we've talked about this so many times. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Jim Ryan, man. I mean, he finally is going against the full power of Microsoft, the same way Nintendo and Sega had to go against the full power of Sony back in the day. I mean, it was really no competition then, and there's no competition now. He tried his best. He tried to make Microsoft look bad for the moves they were making. I mean, he tried. But he knew, Sony knew, they've always known that they needed to kind of separate themselves from being dependent on third party the way they were.
Oof and all.
Simple as that. Like when you look at what their games sell compared to how many consoles they sell, it doesn't add up. It doesn't add up. So that's their problem. That's their problem. Now they think that they're gonna somehow pry people away from all these millions of people that they've trained to play Call of Duty, that they've trained to expect it on their home screens every November whenever Call of Duty comes out. They think that they're gonna somehow abandon Call of Duty and go play Helldivers or Concourse.
Right.
Grand Theft Auto comes out sometime soon, but they think that somehow they're gonna have a service game when they're the number one console for Grand Theft Auto 2.
Right.
But for some reason you're gonna drop Grand Theft Auto and go play fair games. Like it's a losing proposition and they were late. But I remember Phil Spencer getting on the stage probably like late 20-teens, and he came out talking about games as a service. And the Xbox fans were like,
come on with it.
Yeah. They were talking about it. But then you look at it, and it's a staple of Xbox, and Sony's just now trying to do it probably about 5 years later, right? I think that they messed up, man. I mean, people do not go to PlayStation for the most part. I mean, you do have your hardcore fans of all platforms. Even Stadia had fans that will go there for the games that you bring. But the majority of people on PlayStation are there for third party, and that's PlayStation's problem. And when he had his little interview with Fidelity, that was one of the things that he said would be one of their focal points. They want to kind of wean themselves away from third party dependence. But I don't see how they can do that and maintain their revenue, maintain the profits that hell, it's not even first place profits, but even those profits, I don't see how they can do that and then kind of separate themselves from third party.
I got you right here,
because it's basically the third party console.
I got you right here. Phil Spencer, realist, talks about the ever-increasing risk of publishers sinking hundreds of millions of dollars into AAA games.
Hi, I'm Chris Hadfield.
Were they become make or break without any real distribution channels bringing in revenue in the digital era, right? As such, they rely on decades of old IP. Boy, look at this shit. This is beautiful. Rather than taking risks to make new IPs. Look at that. Instead, the way upstart companies have found success with. So here he goes. In a new world where a AAA publisher doesn't have real distribution leverage with consumers, they don't have production efficiencies, and their new IP high rate is not disproportionately higher than the industry average. We see that the top franchises today are mostly not created by AAA game publishers. Games like Fortnite, Roblox, Minecraft, Candy Crush, Clash Royale, Dota 2, etc. were all created by independent studios with full access to distribution. Overall, this IMO is a good thing for the industry, but does put AAA publishers in a precarious spot moving forward. That's it right there. That's the problem with PlayStation right there. And if you remember one of the last interviews that Phil Spencer said, he says, I take pride in the fact that we are not scared. We take risks. That's what he was talking about. And a lot of times we don't know everything. Just like I didn't know Sony had the ABK deal in the palm of their hand. I didn't know that. I didn't know that's what happened. What up, Dolomite? I didn't know what happened. I mean, I didn't know that's what happened. I just found that out. Like, we don't know everything. So the best thing to do is just be as truthful as you can. We're not always right, but we're sincere in what we say. So if we end up being wrong, you know we're not up here being wrong just for the sake of being stupid. That's what a lot of other people are doing out here. They know they're not. They know they don't even know what the fuck they talking about. They're just saying shit. They know it. But if you're there to tip them off like a stripper, why stop? I'm going to keep sliding up this pole of stupidity with y'all. Let y'all keep feeding my damn my super chat because I'm tickling me your Elmo. I'm giving you something to hold your pillow tight to. Look, man. Game shows, you got anything else to say?
Yeah, I got something. Yeah. I'm playing the game.
No, you good. That's right. You gaming, fam.
Yeah. You gotta understand, right? At the end of the day, PlayStation built its success of third party, right? They bought a lot of studio. No, during the PS what 2 era, the best games that they had was all third party, right? Grand Theft Auto to what's it called? Final Fantasy to Kingdom Hearts to all of that stuff, right? And during the PS3 era, they got exposed because Microsoft came in. They had a better console. Now they had the better console that came in. It was cheaper than the PS3. And the high development costs happened for the PlayStation 3. So that's why a lot of publishers didn't want to make games with the PS3.
Right.
So games like Devil May Cry, games like Tekken, games like Final Fantasy, all these games went to Xbox. And Wii too, like Monster Hunter, right? So Sony did what they did. They bought studios. They had to buy studios. And about 7-10 years to build these studios up from the ground, not really ground up, but they build them up. That's why you saw Ghost of Tsushima, Arise. These games took over decades to make. So that's why you see PlayStation right now. But the problem with PlayStation is that I have a problem. They make the same goddamn games. And the reason why they make the same goddamn games because of one game, because of The Last of Us. So you look at games like Resistance and Killzone and Warhawk and Starhawk and Uncharted 2 actually started that formula. Yeah, you can say Uncharted 2, but they still had some great games like Starhawk, Warhawk, what's it called? Resistance, Killzone, Twisted Metal, SOCOM.
One everybody asked for, SOCOM. Well, you already said it.
Yeah, they have a lot of Little Big Planet. So, but if you look at all these games, sales, they didn't sell well. All of these games flopped. So only game that really was successful in this PS3 generation was Last of Us. You can say God of War 3 and of course Uncharted. But it started with The Last of Us because I said it again. In 2013, when The Last of Us came out, it blew the industry with the storytelling. And Sony said, damn, 5 million people bought this game. It was successful, 95 Metacritic rating, everything. Yes, this is our game. This is our genre. We're gonna run with this for a long time. That's why all these studios were making these single player cookie cutter Ubisoft clones walking simulators the past 10 years. Now, fast forward, that was on Sean Layton's fault because Sean Layton greenlight these games. Now here comes Jim Ryan era. Jim Ryan admit that he didn't want these games. He wants multiplayer games. And the guy named Herman Edwards, whatever his name is, he came from Guerrilla Games. So he was the original guy who made Killzone. And he wanted these games as a service.
Preach!
So remember this, right? If you're an average PlayStation guy, the average PlayStation fanboy, right, who plays Ghost of Tsushima, Horizon, and God of War, these single-player games, are they going to cater to these multiplayer games like Helldivers through Concord and what Fair Games, Fair Banks, whatever that crap called? All these stuff? No. Because Sony did not create any multiplayer game last generation, these games as a service. So it's going to be very hard to cater to these people audience. All right, so Jim Ryan knows this. But the reason why Jim Ryan didn't want to say nothing, because at the end of the day, I told freaking Legal, Jim Ryan and Phil Spencer don't run these companies. It's an investors, man. Whatever the investors think they want to make some money, that's what they have to. That's why CD Projekt Red was suing investors over Cyberpunk released on the Xbox One and PS4. The investors run these companies, man. And investors like, okay, we got to make some more money because we need multiplayer games. We've seen how much EA makes. We see how much Microsoft makes with the microtransactions and the loot box and stuff. We gotta have more revenue and more profit. Yeah, these single player games are cool and all, but we need more money. And that's why they're making these games as a service. There's nothing wrong as a games as a service. But a game as a service, you had to be original and it had to be done right. Because you can't make a Fortnite clone. How many battle royales we want to have in the industry? We got Fortnite, we got PUBG, shoot, our Warzone. You can't make these type of games.
Speak on it.
You got to make something like different, and it's gonna be hard. You know, so you gotta go out there in the studio and go to the room and have a whiteboard and think outside the box. Look at Microsoft. Hate it or love it, right? They got Sea of Thieves. That's original. They got Grounded. That's original. Right? And we don't know what Microsoft is gonna do in the pipeline with their multiplayer games this generation. So it's just that Microsoft knows how to make good multiplayer games. Gears, me and Legal love Gears. It's a multiplayer game. Halo, still doing strong. It's a multiplayer game. So, end of the day is, I wish them best of luck. I will play some of their games, the multiplayer games, if it's some of them interest me. I gotta see the gameplay first. So I'm just look. I'm not paying those damn $70 for a goddamn game as a service, and the server gonna get shut down in 6 months. And some of them are gonna get shut down. Like I think Realist like Destruction of All Stars. He said it was an okay game. I actually want to play that too, but
look,
nobody plays.
I ain't say it was. It's okay. Look,
yeah, it's okay.
If it was on Xbox, they wouldn't have needed bots after 5 months. That's all I'm gonna say on that one.
Yeah. I will try it, but I'm gonna try Helldivers. It could be good. It could be bad, but at least it's $40. But that's my point, right? I wish the best of luck. Jim Ryan, you say you retired. We know you got fired, but you retired. Hey, look, man.
Speak on it.
You're 70 years old, something like that. Live your life. So, who are the next CEO? Long run, the generation. All these games like Jim Ryan greenlight, I don't think they're gonna cancel most of these games. All these games are still gonna be planned. Because at the end of the day, Jim Ryan just like a figurehead in the company. The real Sony CEO, he wants these games. The investors want these live service games. So at the end of the day, who the CEO is, they're going to continue what Jim Ryan is going to do in the next 7-8 years down the line. They got to find at least 2 game after service games to try to get more revenue and more profit. Good luck, because it's all about the community, man.
Yup, and if you don't,
and because I'm to all you Sony Sony fanboys, right?
Yup.
If you guys want these games as a service successful, like Sea of Thieves and Halo and Gears and Grounded, you have to support
these games. Get your ass
games.
out there and spend some money on them video games.
You have to support them.
Get the hell
because
out
if you don't support Helldivers 2, no. If you don't support Helldivers 2, I'll give you 6 months. If that shit shut down in 6 months, good riddance. Because you didn't support it. No, like they're not gonna put money into it. They're not gonna put no content. If 2 people playing the damn game, why do put more content in the game? It makes no sense. Right? Doesn't matter how bad Halo was when content wise, people were still playing Halo. Right? People were still playing that game. And look at Halo right now. It's still being played to this day. So at the end of the day, I'm just saying, man, good luck. I will try Helldivers 2. I don't know what the hell was Concord. I gotta see more information of that game. Just spend money to it. But right now, the PC community, and remember, all these games as a service are gonna be on PC day and date. Right now, the PC community is playing Counter-Strike. These niggas, and there's almost 2 million people right now playing Counter-Strike 2. None of these dudes ain't playing no damn Helldivers 2. Alright? But if you really want it as like a multiplayer game, you have to think outside the box. You can't copy what EA or Microsoft does. You got to make something different, and the fan base has to support these games. If you don't support it, what's going to happen, Neil? Give it 6 months, shut down. Concord, shut down. Whatever the game, all the game has to serve going to get shut down in 3 months. Like, I've seen a lot of games get shut down. All right, Babylon Falls got shut down. That Foam Stars, that Splatoon game from Square Enix, that won't get shut down in 3 months.
Sony and the shutdown.
Yeah, nigga, who the hell asked for Foam Stars? That's a Splatoon game,
bro. When that
man, no, I just say,
but
dang.
Game Heroes, that's exclusive, and you got to give them props for trying, man.
I don't know. Listen. I am giving them props for trying, and that's what I say. Good luck. I'm not. Listen, it's not doom and gloom. I'm giving them props for trying. I'm giving them props.
No, you ain't giving them props. You're trying to take a dump on them because they trying to copy Splatoon. But check it out. See, Sony's problem. Look, Sony's problem has always been that they're so afraid of competition, trying to kill all the competition off when they should be learning from them.
Yup.
Right? Microsoft took this note, and I've said this before. Microsoft's been taking notes. They've been watching Sony. They've been watching Nintendo. Sony's been so busy trying to kill Nintendo, Sega, Xbox off that they should have been taking the time to learn from them at the same time. All this time, they didn't take the time to build their IP.
But really, they did in the pocket. Remember half the dirt they've been doing came from Nintendo's own playbooks.
No. You're talking about something totally different. Because see, when it comes to PlayStation and their games, they never learned that people need to come to you for what you have. When Xbox first became like this huge platform, a place for that gamers felt like they had to be, Halo was there, Gears was there, Morrowind was there, right? They didn't own Morrowind. It was exclusive, but Halo and Gears, those were the games. MechAssault, games like that were why people came to Xbox. Why did people come to PlayStation? Games like Final Fantasy, everybody else's games. PlayStation had way more games than all the other platforms because everybody, they abandoned Nintendo, they abandoned Dreamcast. PlayStation was built on other people's IP. That was always their problem. So here we are, all these years later, and they're trying to build a multiplayer portfolio, right? They have these games. They've gotten so big, it takes them 8 decades, whatever, like Game Hero said. All this time. And when they come out, you're only getting, 15% of your people to buy these games. The problem with all these games y'all name, Mag, SOCOM, Warhawk, or whatever it was, right? They quit on it. Sony started to look at the success of third-party games and comparing their first-party games with it, and that discouraged them from building the IP. They should still be making Mag right now. They should still be making Killzone. No matter how bad it was, they should be making it better because it's theirs. But instead, they decided to abandon all these games and depend on Call of Duty for their multiplayer presence, depend on all these other multiplayer games, and then they say, you know what? They got the multiplayer covered. We won't even compete with them. Sony does not like to compete. Legal has this whole little thing about how they don't like to come in second. They do not want to compete. That's the problem. They have to compete. They feel like if they can't be first, they last. They Ricky Bobby, huh? But they have to start competing. They have to start putting their IP head up against other IP and say, here we are, and at least build a fan base that's there for you. Now they got to release all these live service games to a public or a community of gamers that buy their console, but they're not buying their consoles for their games. PlayStation fans are there for the sports games that are on all platforms, for Call of Duty that's on all platforms. It's very few. There's a very small segment that's there for their games, and that's PlayStation's fault. That's their problem. They should have done it. Ratchet and Clank, we should applaud them for releasing 17 of them. because Mario should not be the only platform that can sell 10 million units. Ratchet and Clank takes a dump on Mario. So does Psychonauts. So we should be applauding them for trying. They gotta try, because honestly, they're on their way out. Jim Ryan was not lying. If they can't get he should have added a caveat to that. If we cannot get our consumers to start to buy our games, and Microsoft is able to take control of Activision, we will not be able to recover. But they got an uphill battle because they trained 100 million people to start to look forward to other people's games on their console, and that's a problem. That's a huge problem, because where do their games fit? Fortnite is all year round. Halo has an established fan base that's not going away. Killzone had an established fan base. It didn't have to be as big as Call of Duty's. It just needed to be there, and they gave up on it. The same thing with all the rest of their games. Look, they got to stop giving up on these games. These movie games are not community builders. Xbox is built on community. That's why I said a game like what's the game Destruction All Stars would not have died out on Xbox the same way it died out on PlayStation.
They're therapy games. You know, when you want to learn how to be a better father, realist, you go and play God of War Ragnarok.
I mean, whatever you want to say. All I know is that those games last a weekend, right? Because you got people that were beating what's the name of it? Diablo over the weekend. So you got people that know life these games. So what do they come back to you for? Once I'm finished with God of War, where am I going? Back to a third party game.
Call of Duty.
Until you get into
Call of Duty.
Until you realize you're not a great father.
Well, I mean, I know you're trying to be funny,
but hold on, but realist, like Forza came out Horizon, right? I'm looking at the most playing game on Xbox, right? Mm-hmm. Forza Horizon came out, what, 2021?
Last year, November.
What, 5, right? 2021. Forza Horizon
21? It's been a whole 2 years?
Yeah. Not last year. We ain't had shit last year. Remember what you said?
Oh, yeah. Well, it was 21, because that's what Halo and Forza.
Yeah. And if you look at the most playing game.
Hey, but how you going to say we didn't have none when your Game of the Year came out?
I know. I'm just losing the fanboy talk. So.
Nah, we Xbox fanboys, so you can say it with your chest.
So Forza Horizon 5 still ranked number 19 most playing game on Xbox, and it's almost 2 years. Sea of Thieves came out in 2018. It's still doing strong to this day. Halo is still doing strong to this day. So what I tell you, Gears is still doing strong to this day, and that game came out in 2019. So why I tell you, man, you said that Xbox built up of communities. That's
just
fact.
2019. I thought it was older than that. All right.
Yeah, Xbox is built for communities.
Well, I mean, more than a community, man. Like Xbox was built on its own games, and that's what I'm saying. PlayStation was not.
No.
And to this day, it isn't. And they finally starting to realize that. And what really slapped them across the face is all these third party games that they thought that they would have in their back pocket because of their market position are just being gobbled up by a company that they push into the position to have to do that. Honestly, I'm surprised that someone in their leadership didn't see that one day they might agitate the monster enough to where it bites.
I'm pretty sure somebody saw it and spoke up on it, and that Joker's probably 86th out of the door.
Yeah, well, you know, well, if there was that guy, they should have listened to him, because they had to see Microsoft growing, right? When Microsoft came into gaming, they were not $1 trillion company. They weren't even close to being as healthy as they are right now.
No, see,
so I guess Sony just looked at it and said that, you know, they're going to continue to keep it as a side project, and they won't treat it seriously. I guess they didn't bank on Windows starting to plateau, and Microsoft starting to look at avenues where they can build new pillars. But they had to realize. I mean, I told you, I think I was on the show. I said when Phil Spencer said he does not want to pay to keep content on off of other platforms. I said that was a warning shot. What you mean? I said they're about to buy something. I don't know what, but they're about to buy something. because they're not going to be able to compete with PlayStation when it just comes to buying games off of PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
So they're just gonna go outright and buy something out. That was a warning shot. I didn't know it was Bethesda, but I'm glad it was. You know what I mean? But Sony's in a pickle, man. They've had these games for all these years. They take too long to make, for one. And then the community games I've always said Sony has to start competing, man. I mean, they don't even compete with JRPGs, and they're a Japanese company.
Which is funny. Which is funny because they have their own JRPGs. They don't have to go to Square.
Yeah, but they don't have JRPGs because they don't want to compete. What does Sony do instead of competing? We'll just go pay to keep Square off of other people's platforms. We'll use our market position and manipulate it. We won't even make JRPGs. We won't even build a JRPG base. We'll just pay Square to keep it off of other platforms. Even Nintendo.
We'll cut loose our Japanese studio and depend on other Japanese studios.
Yeah, so that's always been their problem. It's like they should never have stopped making MAG. When Killzone was trash, they should have said, "Hey, go try again," until they got perfected. Now they're gonna ride Destiny, and that does not give me a reason to buy a PlayStation.
Yeah, not if Destiny's coming on everyone else's platform too.
No, they got sent through Marathon, right? And I'm glad I gotta go, but I'm glad that Marathon is on Xbox. But
the zinc in the building.
Yeah, like everything really says. Listen, man, I said it's like 10 years ago, man. Like I seen this shit. Like, look, I seen it when. Like, you don't make this thing up, right? This is when the Xbox had games, right? Like, better games than PlayStation, right? I remember it was like yesterday, right? 2015 was like a dark horse for PlayStation, right? They had nothing besides Bloodborne, right? You could give Bloodborne, their own game, right? But they didn't have nothing. Uncharted got announced, it got, delayed multiple times. I'm talking about multiple times, right? Oh, but Xbox games got delayed all the time. No, Sony games delay more than for Xbox. Trust me. So, 2015, they had no games legal. But one article says, and this is funny, right? This is when I told my Xbox friends, right? Last year was kind of bummer because we didn't have no AAA games. But if you look at PlayStation 2013, 14, 15, and you can say 16, right? They didn't have nothing. I remember this article from God is Geek says, Sony have no games left in 2015. But that's genius. You don't make that thing up. So they didn't have no games, but it's a genius. How that's genius? How is that genius? Like, what do you want to play in 2015? The only thing they had is multiplayer.
They said that too. They said that, man.
Dude, there's an article. I have the article in front of me. They literally said it had no games in 2015, and that's genius.
Yep. Sparse.
It was sparse.
Yep.
Andrew House came out, and you don't make this thing up.
Nope.
He says our lineup was sparse.
Yep, was sparse.
There's nothing.
Hey, Game Heroes, you got a super chat. Zero Power, $5.
There you go.
I feel like games like Uncharted and The Last of Us are a blessing and curse to Sony. Shout out to you guys for keeping it real.
Yeah.
Shout out to you, Zero Power.
He's right. It is. But I'm just saying, like, Sony admits they didn't have nothing legal, but guess what? They did have something. They only had AA games. They had a fucking Vita port called Terror Ray Unfolded, and they got Gravity Rush still. But see, that's why I hype up Pentiment and Grana last year, because 2022 is Sony 2015, because they had games from 2015 besides Bloodborne. But
see, the thing is, they do cover it up by timed exclusives.
Yes. So they did cover up. So at the end of the day, they didn't have nothing. The only thing you were relying on what, realist? Third party.
Nothing.
Third party.
This right here is the truth. Gun Griffin said Uncharted 4 died because it was tied to a poorly implemented multiplayer and a burning story. The burning story is the truth about it.
Legal. You don't.
They didn't even know how to continue the story. He's right.
Legal.
These are facts.
Legal. Listen. You did it, and remember, this is back then. Nobody never cares about exclusive. It was about the power narrative. Xbox is 720, PlayStation is 1080p. Nobody give a crap about exclusive. Because you don't talk about exclusive. In 2015, Xbox had Forza Motorsport 2. We had Gears Ultimate Collection, Ori. We had something. I think we had Sunset Overdrive. They ain't got shit. And people were still buying a PlayStation. It was 20 million people who had a PlayStation that time. If exclusive was the main reason why people buy a PlayStation, what did you play in 2013, 14, 15, and 16? I would say 17. What did you play? Nothing. The man came out and said that was sparse.
Yup.
The man literally came out. He said, man, our lineup was sparse. We ain't got shit. The only thing we have on Uncharted is supposed to come out in 2015. It got delayed to 2016. Before they got the crap coming, in 2016 they only had one game. It was Uncharted, and that's it.
And don't forget, because of the whole ABK thing, like,
hey man, you don't mean
receipts came out.
That crippled them. Sick. That was it.
Oh no. Oh, but here's the evidence. Remember, receipts is the thing I was most interested in. So here's the receipts as well with Sony. Their roadmap wasn't there. There isn't one.
But they never had a roadmap. They never had a roadmap too. They never had a. Yeah, they never had a roadmap.
That's what Sick is saying.
That's what I'm saying.
They tried to act like they did, but when they had to go to court, you see, that's the thing. That Sick. You know, that was their worst enemy. See, I don't think people understand when you go to court. Once you go to court and there's money involved, you bring all the evidence. Everything is on the table now. Anything can be put on the table.
Yeah, but legal. Their roadmap in 2016, they showed their roadmap. It was God of War. I think it was God of War, Spider-Man, The Last of Us Part 3, Ghost of Tsushima, everything. 2016
same roadmap.
And Horizon, right? That was the road. That was probably one of the best E3 they ever had. Because that was an important feature. Remember, the man thing was far.
It's damn near the same roadmap as the PlayStation 5.
Exactly. And he went on the games. Good night, guys. I see you. Good night, man. I'm just saying, there's nothing else to talk about.
Ain't nothing else to talk about.
Yeah, there's really nothing to talk about. And this is PlayStation did to themselves.
Yup.
They have not one. Okay, JyzalGaming didn't have no new IP this year. They did. They had Destruction All Stars and Return. Besides that, what else they had? New IP.
I'm gonna let y'all close this show out. I ain't closing.
We had Redfall. We had Grounded. We got Pentiment, Starfield. Next year we're gonna have Valve, Terrabone. We got reboots like Perfect Dark. Phil Spencer said this year, like next year we had games you even know is coming next year. We have more games. And we have more new IPs next year.
That's right.
PlayStation new IP is Returnal.
But this right here, what Jeremy just said, Games, is saying it all.
Returnal.
If y'all think that Sony's PlayStation brand isn't in trouble,
it's in trouble.
Read this comment right here. How's the FTC trying to hit Xbox again? Realist, I'm telling you with everything I got, bro. If y'all think that the ABK deal ain't crippled PlayStation, this right here proves that it has. They trying their best to come back again, people.
Yep.
This is it. Good luck, man. I'm
Good luck, Tony. Good luck. All right, guys. Good night, guys.
Gonna save y'all this
hold on, Games Hero.
Good night, Game Hero.
Yeah, I gotta go.
Good night, Game.
Then he could have waited for this though. But yo, listen. Since we're on the way out, One more time, fellas, with feeling this time.
You
know
stupid,
the
man.
words? Please sing along. Na 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 na. Hey,
goodbye.
You stupid boy. Hey, I'm gonna let y'all end it. Realist, let them know, man. Let them know the slogan. Y'all get us out of here, man. I ain't got nothing else to say.
No, you the slogan. I'm gonna let you close with that. I don't have a slogan. That one. You might want to come up with a new one in the meantime.
All right, I'll come up with one, man. This was special. Remember, never keep it gaming, right? Don't game, just tweet. Don't buy new games. Play old remasters and play old IPs. Remember, as long as you can hold up smoke and mirrors and claim to be gamers by the things that you buy, you will always represent true gaming at its core. Always let people take your one up in life. And remember, people, once again, this is the new legal with 6 Slayer, Spark 117, Fireball JyzalGaming, the realest one Games Heroes, Chit Chat Community. We're going to do the roll call. We got Jeremy Merchant in the building, Gun Griffin, Dolomite, Oofendard said it. I hope I got it right, fam. Wilkins, Mr. Kima in the building. Radius 9-6. Let's go up. Let's see. There's Afterball, Swaggy D12. D02.
Oh, Fireboss, who was here before.
Yup.
Or is he here still?
Future Generations. Oracular in the building. Other Zeke in the building. Zero Power. Thank you, man, for all your donation support. Appreciate you. You home, brother. We here. Brothers. Let's see. Radiance 9-6. Stone King X.
Oh, what up? What up?
Who else? Let's see. Oh man, let's see. We're going up. Oh, my man, Forza Legend. Thanks for the donation. Shout out to him, man. Let's see. Deploy 619 always. Wilkin always. Crunk ass Chris always.
Yeah, at the beginning, I mean.
Right. Red Dead Panda Gaming all the way from New Zealand in the building. Her and Jeremy Merchant representing the other side, baby.
Worldwide, baby.
Yes, sir. We went worldwide tonight. Black Max in the building. Oh, my man, the B Congo in the building. And that's it, y'all. Listen. We out of here. If you hate this channel and you don't like what we're about, please subscribe. Make sure you don't smash your keyboard. Don't
elbow jumping from the top rope, baby.
Right. Jump off the top rope and just land on the mat. Make sure you don't smash anything. Don't hit the notification bell and tune out for whatever you love. Leave a comment below. This has been the new legal representing Di-RRec Gaming. I ain't even representing Di-RRec Gaming. This is my panel, Chit Chat Community, and I ain't even gonna say peace. And I ain't even gonna say good night. We out of here.
Hasta luego.
We out.
Yeah.